Welcome to Let's Get Real, a podcast where we talk about all things Muskingum women's soccer. I'm your host, Lauren Hurdle, and today I'm joined by Brooklyn Weiss, a freshman on the team. Today we're going to be talking about how Brooklyn grew up in Texas, how she ended up here at Muskingum, and how she feels after her first semester is completed. You ready? Let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right, so you were born and raised in Katy, Texas, correct?
Yes.
So can you describe kind of your hometown for somebody who's never been there?
Well, it's very, very full of people, especially around town when people are like trying to go out shopping or like, especially like during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. The weather there is, sometimes it's nice, but most of the time is bad, like especially when it's hot. Like it's just miserable.
Hot and humid all the time. Yeah.
But then after that, like it is a good place to be home though, because like you make so many friends there, like where you went to school, and you travel so many places like San Antonio, Dallas, and
So now how far are
Austin.
you from like Houston, Dallas, the big cities?
From my house where I live to Houston, it's about 45 minutes. I was gonna say 48 hours, but no.
That would be a long time.
Yeah, 45 minutes. So it depends on traffic though. And then from my house to Dallas is about 4 hours.
Okay.
And then from Austin is two, and San Antonio is 3.
Okay. So
So-
like for me, like I'm from Akron, so we're
Yeah.
about 30 to 40-ish minutes from Cleveland. So
Yeah.
kind of about the same area, maybe
Yeah.
same population, stuff like that. So definitely coming here was a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, and then the worst part is that like because I played club back at home, and then like when we do like tournaments, like we'll have tournaments like in San Antonio. We only go there for one game, 3 hours there, 3 hours back, all in one day.
That's a
and
lot.
it's just. I know, and I always complain to my dad because he's the one that takes me. I'm like, I don't know how they just schedule for one game to go there and come back.
Yeah.
And then luckily we don't have school the next day.
Yeah,
so.
that's nice.
But yeah,
So speaking of soccer, do you have a favorite like soccer memory or even just like sports memory growing up?
I scored from half field in my junior year in my high school high school season.
You're good.
And then in my junior year, it was just really, I just never thought that was gonna go in, but I was really surprised that went in. So and then my other favorite memory was when we went to San Marcos it was a tournament when district started.
Okay.
And it was an overnight tournament, and it was the first overnight tournament that we ever did as a team together.
Oh, that's fun. I feel like trips like that are more just about like the memories you create.
And the team bonding.
Yeah,
So it was really fun. Like, and I'm glad my parents were able to go one of my games since my brother was in school and they had work. So, but it was really a good time.
So now you were telling me earlier that your high school is huge. You have a graduating class of over 700.
Yes.
That's crazy. Can you kind of describe like your high school experience and how that was like?
Oh my gosh, like it was so crowded full of people. Like at my graduation, there was like 2, because our graduation was at a big stadium, and there were so many people from both sides, and I'm like, I've never seen so many people on both sides, because I'm like, how many family members are there in one family?
A lot.
So, and I texted my mom, I was like, there's so many people here. So I'm just like, and I was like, I just want to get this over with and go home.
Was it a long ceremony?
It was like 2 hours long.
I could not imagine.
It was 2 hours long, and since my last name starts with a W, I had to wait until like, I think it took an hour just to get me. And then after I went, there were 15 students after me, and then we were done.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So you had to wait the whole time, and then you walked across
exactly.
the stage. You're like, all right, can we go home?
I'm like, all right, I'm going home now.
Yeah. Funny.
And then after that, like, and then coming from a big high school to here is like a big shock, because back at home, like I'm used to being around full of people, and And then compared to here, like you have more space, like you have more room to walk and actually say hi to people.
Yeah.
Not just say like hi and then go to your class.
The relationships you build here are different because it's so much smaller. Like, so for example, I grew up in Akron, a suburb of Akron, and my graduating class was 335, which compared to here, that's pretty big.
It really is, yeah.
So thinking about 700, I'm like, wow, that's a lot. I could not imagine. But even
so
still,
much.
like me coming here and being around everybody, it was a culture shock for me. So I couldn't imagine how you felt.
I know it was a lot, like a lot of people, and I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah. So let's talk about recruiting a little bit.
Yeah.
So obviously coming from Texas, your process was probably a little different than mine.
Yeah.
Can you describe what that process was like from start to finish, like officially committing?
Well, so like towards the end of my senior year, I was looking at colleges, schools up in Ohio, just say like, and they have like a good like animal science program because that's my major, and I just want to say like how people do well work with animals, like for example like the wilds here.
Yeah.
And like I would love to work with wild animals because like that's what I want to do in the future.
So you would say you found the school first through the major and the program that you were looking for, and then how did soccer come about and all that?
Well, and then I actually got it. So when I looked up y'all's roster online, I was like, okay. So, and then that's when I saw Coach Gunderson on the roster as head coach. And then I was like, okay, I'll just email her and see like if she because I would like to talk to her and talk about a few things, and then I would send her highlights of my high school season and my club games.
Okay.
About how like what good moments I had. So I sent her highlights about my good moments, and then she responded back to me, and then she was like, I really like these highlights, and then like when can we talk, and so I gave her my number, and then that's how we started communicating. And then that's when she invited me up and said like, hey, like what day are you available to come up for to do a tour?
Yeah, like a visit.
Like a visit around campus. So I told her what day I'm available. So that's how my mom and I and my uncle came down to see the campus, and I was like, Mom, like I really like it here.
Yeah, what was that visit like? What stood out to you about this campus?
Probably the animal science program.
For sure.
With Dr. Dooley.
Yes, it's a good program for sure.
Yeah, so but because like when he explains about like what they do like in their senior year, or like how students do in their senior year, like working like doing an internship with the wilds, I'm just like, that's something that I want to do, because it's like I'm not saying like it's like a job, but it's like a job.
It's a cool experience.
It's a cool
Having it literally right down the road is perfect.
Yes, yeah. Except I don't have a car.
I'm sure somebody else can take you there for sure.
Yeah.
This is why we have teammates.
I know.
Okay, so throughout that recruiting process, were there any challenges you faced with like communication or anything along those lines? Or would you say it was like pretty smooth? And
I would say it was pretty smooth. Like for me, just to like get this experience, like what's gonna happen in the future. So.
All right, now describe like your first week or maybe your first month, because I know week was preseason, so maybe don't describe that. That was a long week.
Yeah,
but
it was.
Describe like your first few moments here at Muskingum and what you learned. Maybe if there was some culture shock there.
I mean, my first month when I got here, when classes started, like I was nervous.
Yeah, for sure.
I was nervous about the classes, because like compared to how many students are in the classes here are like much bigger than the ones I had back in high school. And what
was that ratio like? Like, what's the difference? I know here it's probably about like 14 to 15 kids. Per
it just
professor.
it depends on like what class you take.
True.
So, but let's say like for example like the bio class, there's like 20, 25 of us.
Yeah.
And compare to that class to my high school in my freshman year for bio was like maybe like 15 to 20.
Okay.
So
the nice thing is, as you get into more of your major classes, you're gonna drop down because, like, bio, everybody has to take bio, or a lot of people have to take bio.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So and then connect with more people about it, like what they want to do, and like it's like, oh, like you have the same experience as me, and so.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so since being here for a full semester and now going into the spring, how would you say you've grown personally, maybe in the classroom, on the soccer field, however you want to describe that?
For me as a person, like I feel like I'm more open to people.
Yeah.
Because like back in high school, like I was just like on my own and...
With the 700 plus kids in your own class?
Yes,
of course.
It was crazy, yeah. But now, like, when I came here, like, I was more open, talking more to people, and I made a lot of friends here so far, and, like, I know, like, we don't hang out as much because everybody has their own schedules and everything.
Yes.
So, but I feel like I'm more open to people, like especially like on the soccer team.
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, when you get here, having a team, it's like you already have built-in friends, built-in relationships, right away.
I met so many people here.
Yeah, literally day one, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to learn everybody's names. What do I do?
I know. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But and then after that, I was just like, okay, I feel more safe here, and I feel like I'm becoming a better person.
How would you say you've grown in the classroom?
For me, in the classroom, it's just like study. It's like because like we have like exams that are like 2 or 3 weeks away, and then like you can make like flashcards. Because for me personally, when I study, I use flashcards or look at the study guide and then try to memorize like what I know so far. Because my goal is to make straight A's and like, but I know it's hard, but
especially being a science major,
right?
But that's still a good goal to have.
But I know I can do it. I just gotta have faith in me. Like I believe in myself that I can do it. And like it's like same thing with soccer. Like school is like soccer. I mean, it's like you want to have that confidence in yourself.
Everything good in life takes work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My last question for you is, what message would you give to people who are thinking about moving across the country or even moving out of state for school?
My advice would be, like, if you want to go out of state, or if you want to, like, I would say like live closer to home, but like if you're going out of state, like make sure it's the right fit for you. Because like you want to feel comfortable there, like you don't want to regret it. Yeah. So like make sure like it's the right fit for you, make sure it's really comfortable, like and what do you want to do in life, and like in what has your major, and make sure you feel safe there. Yeah. So yeah, that's my advice.
Well, thank you, Brooklyn, for taking the time to talk with me today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye, guys.